Happy Friday, movie stars. So I got a great question about the last video, which was basically, how do you define your why if you're not exactly clear on it? Well, I have a simple solution for you. It's a quick homework assignment that you can all get done this weekend. What you're gonna do is sit down when you have some time. You're gonna get a sheet of paper, and on each side of the paper, you're gonna write one question on the top of the page. On the first side, you're going to write, why do I do what I do? On the other side of the paper, you're gonna write, who other than me do I do it for? Now turn the page back over, because it's always more important to start with the why do I do what I do side. On that side of the paper, you're gonna write 5 one-sentence answers to that question. Now, after you write each answer, you're gonna take a minute and you're gonna think about the question again, and then you're gonna write your second answer and third and so on all the way down to 5. Now, the reason you're gonna do this is there is a purpose to it. It's not to be inefficient or anything like that. Oftentimes what you'll find is that first answer you put down on your why is gonna be what's acceptable, what sounds cool, very surface level. I'm not saying it's not true, but it's not gonna be as true as the 5th answer that you write, because that's gonna be after a few minutes of thinking, pondering, getting out of the way of some of the own nonsense and mind taffy that you have. So by the time you get to that 5th answer on why I do what I do, you're gonna be really close to your actual true why. Because you're gonna find that 5th answer is gonna be something that's personal to you. It's gonna be something that probably no one else understands in this world. That's the way it should be. But when you combine all those together, with the 5th answer being probably your closest to your why, and your first answer being what kind of gets you in the door to start, you will have a much clearer perspective on why it is you're pursuing what you're pursuing. Now, on the other side, of course, who other than you do you do this for? Of course, you do it for yourself. You're probably gonna start with your family, maybe your mom and dad, maybe your significant other, your spouse, your husband, wife, whatever. But as you keep answering who you do it for, and again, pause for 1 minute and think about the question as you write each answer, by the time you get to that 5th answer, you're gonna get to somebody maybe you haven't met yet. Maybe somebody has an idea, maybe somebody you think that you don't even know or interact with that can benefit from what it is you're doing, right? So when you put those two sides of the paper together, why I do what I do on the front side, who other than myself do I do this for on the other side, you will really have a chance to really think and sit down and say, man, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. This is why I put myself through what I'm putting myself through. This is why I put myself through the rejection, the deprivation, the trials, the tribulations, the time where you have to take action when it is difficult and there's high friction. When those times come, you being really clear on what it is you're doing, why you're doing it, and who you're doing it for other than yourself will help get you through. So to recap, guys, get your sheet of paper. First question you need to answer, why do I do what I do? 5 answers, 1 minute between each answer to really think about it. Other side, who do I do this for other than me? 5 one-line answers, 1 minute between each. And if you can really do that and really sit down and think through it all, get quiet, get away from, turn off the TV, turn off your music, get in a room by yourself, be alone with your thoughts and be alone with what is true to you. What is true to you, because that's the only reason that a why makes sense, is that it is true and strong and powerful to you. Now, when you think back and you look at these answers, you'll see it if you try this exercise. When you look at your first 2 answers to those questions on who I do it for and why I do what I do, you're gonna say, okay, that's pretty basic, that's a start, right? I train jujitsu because I wanna get in shape. Okay, that gets you in the door, right? I train it because I want to defend myself. Okay, that's a little more serious. And you go so on and so forth all the way down to the bottom, which can be something as simple as you want to find out what you're really made of inside. How tough are you really? That's one of my reasons. What's yours?